Good morning, Young Kings. Time for your more motivation. It's been a minute since I've been on here, so decided to jump on. Was out doing some yard work. See that grass getting laid. Out here pruning flowers. Been grinding a lot, so I haven't been idle since I've been on. Been just out here focusing on this next chapter in my life, getting things situated, and decided to jump on. Wasn't that I took a break, it's just that I started focusing on some essential stuff that I need to do for preparation for my transition. So we're still on this series. As I mentioned before, I'm not sure how often I'll jump on and do this no love, no hate, but we're gonna stay in the middle of the road, and when they come, they come. Y'all not liking the videos anyway. And I don't ask you to like or subscribe, just feel sincere to be your authentic version of you. If you don't like it, don't like it. But just out here pruning his flowers, and why I decided to jump on is because I got this perennial flower. Look at it. It's kind of lifeless right now. And the issue is it's kind of been holding a lot of dead weight. So I had to get down to the roots. There's a lot of dead bushes down there that I had to pull out that, that wasn't really producing or wasn't really contributing to the development of the flower. So like this, when it starts turning brownish and gray, got to pull it out. And this flower, what's significant about it is that you plant it and it comes back each year. And it's intentional that some things will die off. Each of these flowers, each of them receive the same amount of water, because I water the base and make sure that I water it well. But then it comes to a point in time where it's no longer prospering from the water that's receiving, and its life shelf has time to conclude. Look at that. You just go down and you pull those off, because dead flowers prevent the new flowers from coming, because they're soaking up the water that you give it, but it's not producing. So I'm gonna show you what I did with all the dead flowers and dead leaves. I put them in there. See that? That's where they go. And as I was doing that, I realized that's what we got to do as well. If we're going to stay on this no love, no hate, we can't be carrying dead weight, because dead weight is around you, but it's not contributing to you. And some of it's down at the roots. So some of the things that's been there for a long time, they're grown stale. They're no longer productive. They're no longer serving you. So you got to find a way to be able to purge, to prune those things that's not coming. Because look at this. There's a new flower that wants to be there. Let's see if you can get that in the picture. See that? That's wants to bud. You got new things that want to be there. They weren't there before. But it's part of that new journey. They want to be there. And some of the dead weight that's around the base is stopping that new life from really flourishing. So this is an essential process, not only for the flower, but for our life. Like, look around your life and see who wants to be there. There may be some new people there that want to come and flourish in your life. And there's some old people there that's just hating, telling you what you can't do, what you're not, what you'll never be. Those are the ones that need to be fucked up. So get to a stage in your life where it's okay to downgrade and to let some people go. And it's not letting them go. You're just removing them from your environment because they don't choose to contribute. But your job is to continue to water. See, I gotta make sure that I create an environment that's conducive to them growing. Spray it. This flower will live again. I know it looks just like a bush right now, but it's gonna come back. And that's the same thing with you. You can take some falls, you can make some mistakes, but when you do that, you got a choice. You can come back from anything, and you can fall or anything, but you gotta have the strength to let some people go and not let them just hang around because they've been there so long. Be able to pull them out and let them go. It's gonna take the practice. See, there's some bushes there that's kind of halfway there. I'm gonna give them an opportunity. You want to cut everybody off. You see, these ones are starting to turn yellow. They're undecided yet. Nah, you look like you look too brown, so you got to go. See that? They ain't coming back. You too. But some of them, they got some yellow. And look at this one. It's kind of undecided. Look at that. If I come out here in another week or so and you're still yellow and you're not flourishing green, you'll be plucked too. And that's how you got to do friends, family, associates, all of them. Some of them are just there. When the flower's beautiful, everybody's attention is on the flower. But you got to look at the base. There's somebody at the base that's not keeping their weight. That's just benefiting from the beauty of those who pushed through and decided to flourish in spite of conditions. So, no love, no hate. Since the last video, I've been tested on that quite a bit. Meaning that there's been opportunity for me to respond to various different things of extreme emotions. Either way, love or hate, get you caught up with some things. Since the last video, I opened up my home to Airbnb. And it's been extremely successful so far, but it hasn't been without any issues or stuff of that nature. I have a large home and it's decorated pretty nice. There's a lot of open space. To some people, it screams party. And I got to realize to modify my posting so that I don't attract the wrong crowd and get the wrong people here doing things in my home that I don't want done. So I don't know if you can see it in back of me, but that's my palace. And I converted it into an Airbnb and been open just under a month. So right after I did the video, I kind of opened up this house for Airbnb, and it's been two different type of crowds that I've been getting. Been getting the chill couple that just wants to come, relax, and have a good time. And then I've been getting the young ones that wants to party. And the party crowd, they're younger, they're mature, and I wish there was a way for me to bridge that, you know, the communication gap, because there's some of these people I really feel like I can reach out to, but at the same time, they're renting your space and you don't want to be in their space. So, but they're surrounding themselves with people who really don't matter to them, like celebrating life moments, birthdays, various different activities they're celebrating. But everybody that celebrating with you, it's not for you. Some of those same people that will come to the party would not be there for you in a time of need. So watch who you choose to celebrate with. So to make sure who's on your team is on your team. Like your celebration, your champagne toast supposed to be for those who are close and intimate with you, not those just who's around watching you, because everybody loves a winner. Or do they? There's a lot of hate on winners. People that surrounding you may not be there for you. So you got to be able to check and balance them there. So on this no love, no hate, I had a guest that came and stayed, and they chose to leave with more than what they came with. Yeah, they was in here stealing. Stole my PS5. I had a bottle of Dom Perignon, $250 bottle of Dom Perignon champagne. They stole that. Had some other alcohol down on my bar. They stole a share drive off my computer. My lady had some gift bags in the closet. They went and stole those. You may be thinking, like I'm thinking now, why'd you have that stuff out to begin with? Life is a college course. It'll teach you what you refuse to learn. Like, I was thinking to myself when I started this process, like, okay, it's on Airbnb, you know, they got to put their driver's license and credit card on file. Nobody's in here stealing. Like, it's not like we don't know who they are. I mean, it'd be foolish to steal from a place like that because you didn't just identify it yourself. So I gave people the benefit of the doubt, and it's a life lesson. Like, for me, for you, stop giving people the benefit of the doubt. And I know that goes against a lot of things, but if you want to do the no love, no hate, stop giving people benefit of the doubt. Deal with what is, not what you want it to be, what you think it may be, what you hope it to be. Deal with what reality is, and reality is, it's like, it's a shady world out here. You know, you can't trust too many people. Trust few. If you find yourself trusting more than a handful of people, and for those who can't count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, if you find yourself trusting more than a handful of people, you're setting yourself up to be betrayed. I'm not saying that you have to have accusations on everybody you come against or that's opposing you, stuff of that nature. I'm just saying, be careful, be mindful, play the center of the road. Trust what people show you. Like, I was on my way to Chicago when I booked this guest, and normally in my Airbnb, I book out a private room, so I don't book out the whole house, because I think they would tear this place up, you know. But I was on my way to Chicago, and I didn't have any bookings, and so on the drive down there, I got an alert that someone wanted to book for the weekend, and my mind was like, okay, the first few weeks has been going pretty well, been making money, no issues and stuff of that nature, being able to manage it. Let me make some money while I'm out of town. Do never chase money. That's another lesson. Don't chase money. All money is not good money. Realize that. You realize that. I mean, all money is not good money. So I book them, and you know, I go on there because I do a little research. Once they decide to book, I go on their Facebook page and look on their social media and see, okay, what type of character am I letting in my home. Just that, my preliminary background check, just to make sure it was on the up and up. And I saw some stuff on the Facebook page that would give me a red flag to say, okay, nah, this ain't good money. But not trusting my instinct, that's another lesson. You know, trust your instincts. You know, your third eye will teach you a lot of things. So be able to trust your instincts, but still greed of, and the proper, you know, the possibility of success of my Airbnb overrode my instinct and overrode my better judgment. So I decided to go in and release it anyway. Say, hey, they got the license on file. Let's go in and make this quick money while we out of town. So long story short, come back, I didn't make any money. I mean, they paid, you know, for the few nights that they stayed, but they took more than they paid. That PS5 alone is 550 some bucks, and then they took another game that was 90 bucks, you know, and the controller, you know, the Dom P, 250 bucks, you know, some other alcohols, 40 and 50 bucks, some thumb drives, some, you know, so if they left ahead. And when we came back, it's just the no love, no hate. They were pulling out, or just finishing up packing when we got home. And I had an opportunity there and to really snap, because I seen what was missing, and that no love, no hate was really tested, because I could have responded wrong or right. Depends on the person who's looking at this and your point of view, meaning that I could have snapped. As a white dude, you know, not to say that mattered, but I really could have put that person in some bodily danger if I was to be a passenger to anger or to other emotions that would kind of be less than desirable. But I decided to play it patient, and you know, it's like, okay, I'm an Airbnb host, I got insurance that covers this, or I know who it is, there's no need for me to respond. And there's something in me that was telling me it's okay to snap. Like, this is snap worthy. Like, this is one of those emotions that times would be acceptable. It's one of those justifiable losing your temper. I mean, people will understand. If you told them the story, they would understand why you snapped. But I'm not trying to get people to understand. I'm trying to stay in the middle of the road of the no love, no hate. And there were several people that afterwards I told the story, and they say, hey, you better than me. I would have did this and I would have did that, you know. And part of me, in me, was still saying, yeah, I should have did more. But I'm okay. Like, there's nothing that I can't replace in there. All this is material things, and it's here today. It'll be gone tomorrow. Let's say that I did respond in an aggressive way, and this individual had a gun over misunderstanding. Let's say that he didn't have a gun, but I end up doing some serious damage to him. Now we got different. Now it becomes more about my response. So what happens as a byproduct of my response than it does about addressing the problem itself. The issue with the no love, no hate, I won't say the issue. If you stay in the center of the road and you don't succumb to extreme emotions, it allows you to deal with the problem at hand. It allows you to keep the main thing the main thing. There's a lot of times in my life that my response now becomes the topic of discussion as opposed to what I'm responding to. So I filed a claim through Airbnb. I filed a police report through the local township, and I let them go address the problem as opposed to me contributing to the problem and continue to go on that way. So this no love, no hate is not for the faint at heart. It's not for the people who want to succumb to anger or want to be loved and liked. Like the pruning process, you pruning the flowers, or you pruning your life, it's going to be some people that are going to say you changed and that you're different. And that's not a bad thing. When they say that, say thank you. You know, you don't want to be the same today as you were 2 years ago. It says, there's a saying that says, the person who views life at 20 the same way they do at 50 has just wasted 30 years of their life. You're supposed to change. You're supposed to evolve with new information. So that pruning process is going to hurt. At times you're going to feel alone. You're going to feel abandoned. But the truth is, see, I said the truth is, not the reality of it is. There's no new catchword. The truth is that when you got fake friends in your circle, you are alone. There's another saying, it's better to be at war without and peace within than at war within and peace without. That inner circle, that inner you is where it desires and needs the peace more than the people around you. So if you can be peaceful inside, it doesn't matter what's going on around you. But if it's peace outside of you and it's causing you to war within, then you got some searching, you got some pruning to do. You need to start pulling back. So now, you know, the deputy, he came over, took a police report, and all that's done. And I done it the right way, according to the no love, no hate theory. I didn't succumb to emotions, you know. Even when I get the 550 back, I can't just go in the store and get another PS5. They're limited. So it's going to take me some more time and research to be able to get another one. But I haven't played it anyways. Like, I've had it months now, and the first day I think I turned it on and played Call of Duty. But other than that, I've been out here working and doing other stuff. Got some other issues that I got to do, haven't been able to run. And I think that's been contributing to me not being on. As you know, I went through a series of injections in my hip and in my knee. Come to find out that I'm really not supposed to be running. But I'm gonna start physical therapy next week to see what I can and can't do, because I didn't put on probably about a good 10 pounds since I haven't been able to run in the last month and a half. So I just definitely want to maintain a level of fitness going forward. So I'll figure out what I can do. I'm gonna have to start monitoring my weight through disciplined eating and watching what goes in my mouth. So making sure that I can stay fit. Lots been happening. This middle of the road is where we need to be. and it's coming up on 20 minutes. I wouldn't plan on being on this long. I'm gonna start cutting these videos down, and then probably try to get on here maybe once a week, once every other week, and see what's going on. But assess your response. Are you over responding, or you under responding? And this is where I'm at for this period right now. I'd rather me under respond than to over respond, because my tendency now, my natural tendency, is to kill flies with hammer. What's up? Doing a video. So it's to kill flies with a hammer, but I'd rather under respond now and then gradually increase to a point of effectiveness. So assess yourself where you're at and how are you doing things, and then continue to monitor and then adjust. Just because you under respond once don't mean you go to the extreme the next time. Just gradually. Life is a game of inches, and if you do it slow, you know, they have a saying in the Army that slow is smooth and smooth is fast. So don't go too fast, but you got to get started today. Your assignment for this week is start pruning, start assessing who's down at the roots, that's not contributing to you, that's not adding value to you, and start cutting them off. And your cutoff doesn't have to be you go give them some, you tell them off or whatever. Sometimes your cutoff is you stop reaching out. Like for me, with the majority of my friends, I'm the one who reach out to them. So a lot of the cutoff was me just stop reaching out to them and seeing who reaches out to me. And you realize, like, people don't love you as much as you love them. People don't care for you as much as you care for them. People don't engage in conversation with you as much as you engage with them. So some of your cutoff may be just stepping back. Instead of texting that person, instead of calling that person, just don't do it. And they'll gradually fall away. You know? And there's some people in your life that are there and they're unavoidable, but they're still not healthy. They still need to be cut off. Those you got to have that conversation with. So assess your life, decide which one is which, and then go from there. I'll get back on here. I'm not going to even tell you when I'm going to get back on here. It is what it is. Love it, hate it, stay in the middle. Be well, young kings.